to GoldSeek TV. I'm Vanessa Collette, and I'm thrilled to have Josh Crumb with us. He is the co-founder of BitGold. Welcome, Josh. Great to see you.
Good to see you, Vanessa. Thanks for having me.
Now, Josh, there's been a lot of buzz, in the last few months about BitGold. Can you tell us what the company actually does?
Yeah, very simply, it's like a PayPal account with gold. We look at everything that's happening in financial technology or fintech and all of the different ways that people are creating new products to move money around the world with the speed of the mobile phone revolution. And we say, why isn't there one that's just fully reserved gold and relevant to savers all around the planet that use gold for savings? So we just we're like a PayPal for gold.
Now, how would you compare it to Bitcoin for someone who?
Yeah, so that's one thing that sometimes it's going in our favor, and sometimes it works against us just because we're so new and people are understanding it. But essentially, we were inspired by Bitcoin. We were inspired not necessarily on the secrecy and all of the digital
privacy.
Cash, but we were inspired by the network and a lot of the use cases, the network effect and the value it can create for making transactions throughout the internet, and whether that's in remittance markets or underbanked, and so we're really inspired by the network effect of Bitcoin. But we, understanding gold, we said let's make a system that works very similar in its utility, not necessarily in some of the technology, but in the utility. So we created BitGold.
So what would be sort of the common ground between the two? Just that it's digital?
It's what's known as commodity money. The fact that it's not created out of debt, that it's created out of a commodity that has a marginal cost and has a cost to replace. So Bitcoin, we don't have to get into all of it, but it's essentially a commodity in that it's created through a process, and gold is performed as the sort of closed loop commodity money for 6,000 years. Mm-hmm. So they're very similar in that they can be relevant anywhere in the world because they can be created anywhere in the world, and so that's the difference between commodity money and a local system of debt.
Now, what's your grand vision for what BitGold could be?
Yeah, Roy and I are both sort of eternal optimists and dreamers, and even though we we created this system to solve a problem, and really a lot of people seeing being very depressed by our economic structure and system, we created it to solve a problem, but we were ultimately very optimistic, and we just want to, again, we believe we created a product that we would want to use ourselves, basically. Mm-hmm. And we assume that there's a lot more people like us in every corner of the world. So the vision is to be able to get it to anyone in the world. And that's, everything about the internet is about democratization, access, lowering costs, lowering friction. So let's just do that with the one thing that we believe is money.
Now you're significantly capitalized and funded, and your main objective right now is to get new users, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So what are your near-term plans in order to do that?
Yeah, I mean it's getting the message out. So again, thanks for having me. Letting us explain our story, and so that's the biggest thing is really just explaining not just what it is, but why it is. Why we created the product, how it could be useful for people. And so one is just through marketing, online, offline, but the other thing is partnerships. Building. We're not looking to create the one and only platform. We believe in markets, we believe in competition, and for us it's partnering with existing gold companies.
Gold money.
Gold money.
You recently acquired.
Exactly. So it's taking people with the same end goals and creating a network of users. So it could be in the gold industry, it could be in the banking community, the wealth and savings. So we just want to create products for everybody.
Now let's talk about the safety of the platform. How secure is it, and how does a user is it like a digital wallet, or just breaking it down for viewers?
So we went to first principles. Like we wanted to build PayPal account or bank account that was full reserve, fully allocated gold. So there's no debt in the system, and it's always titled to the owner. They're not taking risk with us or anything that we're doing. So the first principle is, how do we create storage safety? We need to vault the gold. How do we do that? How do we make sure the market? Another part of security is being able to sell the gold when you want to. How do you make a liquid market? And then, of course, there's digital security. So really, or there's two more as well. So there's digital security and protecting from hacks or any problems getting online. But that's the same as any bank or anything else. So that's that part. And then the last part is actually the integrity and the security of the network. And that's a part that a lot of people forget about. So one, to take value out of the system, you'd actually have to break into Brinks. It's totally different than just changing a ledger. The gold is always there. Okay. But protecting the integrity of the network means not allowing, we always know our customers. We go through bank level, know your customer policies, because we don't want bad actors to ruin the network for everybody. And so that's, all those parts of security were really our first principles.
So is there still, counterparty risk because users are not actually holding the gold? You're holding it for them, essentially? Yeah.
So not from a value and title perspective. That's where we are eliminating counterparty risk. Mm-hmm. I mean, of course, until things settle, there's always a transaction through the system. But again, we've segregated even our operating company and the things that we're doing in marketing. That's completely different than where you're actually passing a wire through to buy gold. Right. We're just a software company that makes you be able to use gold with your bank account. And so if there wasn't ever an issue with the parent company, all of the assets are always there, and would get the title is always yours.
It's really an amazing concept. Can we see? I think you have a sample here.
Yeah, I'm holding it and shaking it around. So here,
yeah,
it's best to hold it.
Pretty amazing. And so this would be the gold that you would be holding for users, and they can also receive it and take possession.
Exactly. So again, coming back to those first principles of fully reserved, fully titled, there's always a check and balance in the system that if you want it physically, it's your gold. You should be able to get it physically. Mm-hmm. So most of the gold will be LBMA, COMEX. It's always 4.9 assayed gold. But if you have over a kilo, you can go to the vault and actually pick up a kilogram bar of gold. But we think that's, we want to build this for anybody's use. We want people that are, have just a couple $100s worth of savings to be able to use gold, or even 35 cents a week, or whatever they want to put in.
Right.
And for them, we wanted to mint these cubes that are as little as about $350. And because it's like a bank, because it's your gold, your title, your address, you just press a couple buttons and we ship it to you. So it's a way to always have integrity in the system.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, Josh. And users, I guess, can find out more at BitGold.com.
Exactly. BitGold.com, and the public company is actually now Gold Money.
Okay.
Sorry, one thing I should say. So Gold Money will continue operating as a separate service. Mm-hmm. We're going to add a lot more features and a lot more, better execution with our technology. And BitGold will be a self-directed platform that's really made for making your own decisions on your mobile phone, that sort of thing. So they're two separate services, and the parent company is Gold Money Inc., traded on the Toronto Exchange.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Josh.
Yeah, thank you.